everybody. Welcome to Radio Calling, the podcast dedicated to sports, TV, music, social media, and everything in between that I feel is necessary to talk about. Now, the way this will go is Tuesdays will be dedicated to movies, TV shows, social media, stuff like that nature, while Thursdays will be more dedicated towards music. On the first episode of Radio Calling, I actually have a guest, my good friend Devon Luco, who also has his own podcast, The DL with Devon Luco, if you want to check that out on SoundCloud as well. We actually did a live podcast, so to speak. We enjoy video games here, and we decided to incorporate two things that we like: video games and talking about sports and other things. So what you will hear in the background is a bunch of gunfire, people yelling. This is all because we're playing Grand Theft Auto, which is one of our games that we like to play. The whole 2.5 hours of us playing video games and talking about sports can be seen on my Twitch feed, which is twitch.tv/LondonCalling224, all one word. So when we started this, I did not have a title for my podcast. Now that I have time, I've kind of figured out that Radio Calling should be the podcast name. So you will hear us talk about Russell Westbrook, NBA playoffs coming up, just the state of the NBA and where it is now, and how college coaches are coming up into the NBA and stuff of this nature. And we have so much content that I am actually going to split this up into two different segments, because there's a lot of content here, and we touched on a lot of subjects, and a lot of good points were made, and I don't want to delete any of those comments or delete any of those points out. So I decided to do is to split it up into two sections. So now, without further ado, here's the first episode of Radio Calling with Devon Luco of the DL with Devon Luco.
All right, well, this is a working title. Don't know what to call it yet. Devon wants S&M, which sounds interesting, and
you get tons of viewership by it. Guarantee it.
I probably would, but I wouldn't want the right fans there.
Yeah, well, it's like you have to interact with these. You don't have to interact with these people.
They can comment things, which means I would have to block them, but still.
Okay, well, they can block you.
I don't want to deal with blocking people and just a lot of people commenting and saying scary things, which would be terrible.
Well, you don't put your face on the internet as much as some other people do.
That's very true. Well, you're a pasty ginger, so that's a thing.
You kidding me? When I was doing all my workout stuff, dude, I got ragged on by everybody.
That's true. I did
I had a friend, actually, that I went to high school with, and I ended up blocking him because, like, he just straight up on one of my, like, fitness posts, he's like, "This is stupid. This is terrible. Why do you post this stuff?" I was like, "Well, then, guess I'm not friends with you anymore." Exactly. I blocked him. I was just like, "All right, dude, I haven't talked to you since, like, senior year of high school."
People can be mean.
Yeah, that's why we have alcohol.
That's very true. Well, did you see Westbrook broke the record for Oscar Robertson? He's got 42
Yes, I did.
Triple doubles. Good for him.
Whatever, he broke Big O's record.
I mean, it's good.
He's good.
Yes,
I
agree.
It's good. Yeah, whatever. Give him the MVP. Sure.
I think he's gonna get the MVP.
Which actually, I thought about this today too. Once I saw him do that, and when we were talking like MVP stuff, and I pretty much could care less if they give it to him or Harden or whoever the MVP committee is. Ever since they gave Steph Curry a unanimous MVP, I just don't care about it anymore.
True.
Like
I totally forgot that happened. Because what year
was
it?
Was it like 2 years ago?
Didn't Harden win 1, 2? Or no, he won the Players MVP. Which is
Curry's the only unanimous legit MVP in the history of the NBA, which I just find insane.
I don't get the whole Players MVP thing. So there's like the traditional MVP, right? And then the players vote on an MVP. Is that how I'm for taking that?
Yeah, it's like player vote on stuff. So it's essentially just spit in the face of the committee if you don't like what they selected.
Right. But like, I don't see the need for two MVPs, one by the committee and then one by the players. Why don't you just have one big committee where there's players and commissioners in this one?
Because it's a way to get ratings. They televise it and make it a whole event. It's like the
that's
NFL
stupid.
awards.
Why don't you just televise the whole thing and just have one committee?
Because they don't televise the other one. That's why they just release the information. But they want to have like a fancy awards night. Well, it's like the NFL did the thing this year, first time where it's like red carpet awards show. It's like, oh my god, no one cares.
No.
As a sports fan, no one cares.
It wasn't even on like any of the like major networks. It was on NFL Network.
NFL Network, exactly. So only a handful of people who wanted to watch it. Like the people that were watching that, oh god, were the ones that were like just the people who sit and watch the info combine for like 3 straight days.
Yes. Which that in itself is just ridiculous and too long.
But yeah, I agree. It's just another way to televise something that some people are probably going to, of course, watch, but like the other half,
right? I
if
mean,
not more than half
a handful of people are going to watch it.
I don't know. It's just sports in general with the social media and such.
It's very true.
Any way to publicize anything, more content is better than no content.
Right.
Speaking of social media too, I
crazy.
I saw something earlier, which you might be able to explain this to me because I don't understand it. Where people tweet out an opinion, but then after they tweet their comment, and then right after it in the same tweet, if they can fit it in, they say, "Please don't at me." Have you seen that?
No, I don't even know what that is.
I've seen it on a couple people. I think. Well, it's like please don't, and then at sign space me. So it's like I'm trying to figure out if that's kind of where people are going nowadays, where they want to tweet their opinions, but you don't want to get any feedback kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, because somebody tweeted out, I don't know, something about MVP and Russell. And like he tweeted out something that, could be, I don't know, not controversial, but like, people would have a rebuttal to it. And he says, please don't at me. So he's like, he just wants to tweet his opinion, but he doesn't want any feedback whatsoever.
Right.
It's like, that's a thing. Then why even say it on social media if you don't want backlash?
But I don't think I've ever told you this story about. I tweeted out. I rarely do tweets. Like I usually just retweet and.
I just retweet stuff too.
Yeah. I just retweet and favorite stuff. I never tweet. I don't know why.
It's
but this,
like now.
Whatever.
Shut
up. I rarely tweet or whatever. So this was going on when Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were having their feud. This was after Durant signed with the Warriors or whatever. And I just tweeted out saying, is it just me or does this whole Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook thing remind anybody of the Shaq Kobe saga? And
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that tweet, I got like so many replies. I got people retweeting it and people just ripping me a new one and saying like, "Oh, this is Kobe and Shaq won the title and all this stuff." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm just saying that it just reminds me of that same feud where Shaq was unhappy of the minutes he was getting and not getting the ball enough, so they traded him to Miami. Or was it Miami? Yeah, it was Miami.
Yeah.
But it felt like the same thing, and then people were just going all nuts, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say this. It's completely different." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's how I feel. That's what the Twitter's for. Don't at me."
No one's allowed to. No one's allowed to have an opinion anymore.
Exactly. It's just like.
Or actually, no. I take that back. People are allowed to have their opinions, but no one's allowed to have an opinion about someone else's opinion.
Yes.
If it's in disagreement.
Yes.
That's not okay because you might hurt that person's feelings.
That's true.
Welcome to 2017.
It's very true. Like, I don't get
No, people just get mad about stuff that doesn't affect them.
Yes.
Just because you're a fan. I mean, like, again, you and I both are Duke fans. The amount of flack that we get for anything. Like, I mean, even for like with Duke losing to South Carolina this year, I didn't tweet anything. I didn't say anything, and I get people that randomly text me, "Oh, Duke sucks." It's
Bro,
like,
yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything, but thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, first of all, I knew Duke was not going to go to the national championship. Let's be real here.
No,
They were-
every single year. I mean,
It's just like they weren't that good this year. They had
no. Well, it's like
problems
with Kentucky.
with Grayson Allen,
I don't even want to talk about that kid.
which they did a better job of coming to the end of the season. They kind of reined him in or whatever.
I'll say it right now, he's a head case.
He is. He's
Stay in school, kid.
yes. Well, he's very spoiled, which I've come to realize over the years he's been at Duke.
Whatever. Johnny Manziel was spoiled, and he still lit up the scoreboard when he needed
That's
to.
very true. But still, I don't know. I think that whole
And according
national
to-
title got to his head right away.
Yeah. Because he was a freshman out of nowhere, and next thing you know, he's being plastered all over the place.
Right. I don't think he was ready for it.
But the real reason why he's not able to excel at a high level, we all know this. Mr. Ball's comments.
Yes. Have you ever seen Trophy Kids on Netflix?
No.
You should watch
What
it
is
because it's about these parents that have like high school kids, proteges in different sports. One guy has a son that's like a phenom in basketball. One person has two kids that are like great tennis players. One has a golfer, and it's all about how they will do anything to get these kids noticed, make them the best there ever was at the game. And it's like they do things that I'm seeing. What is his name? LeVar, whatever his name, the father.
LeVar, yes.
LeVar Ball. He's doing things that like saying like he's the greatest, and his sons that should get all this money for their contracts, and this is all stuff that these trophy kids' parents are saying, and it's like I see a lot of similarities between him and this documentary. You should really look at it because it's really intense, and there's quite a few of those type of documentaries on Netflix that are just like exploiting kids, putting them in every tournament there is, making them just run their life.
Well, see, I mean, that goes back to like the social media thing, because I mean, you and I both have played sports. I mean, to
Right.
at least like a high school level, at least.
Yes.
And it's like you've seen like those parents existed. They've always existed.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
oh yeah.
with social media, and especially when you get your kid to like that sort of grand stage, like
Yeah.
you say anything, and next thing you know, it's gonna you're on ESPN the next week.
That's very true. Social media, and YouTube.
Yeah, like
is
like,
huge
oh my god,
for
dude,
basketball. Oh my god.
kids, parents like screaming at them or whatever, and they're just like playing a non-conference high school baseball game. It's like this doesn't even matter.
Yes. That's crazy. You should watch Friday Night Tykes. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, isn't that what it's like football? But
It's
like the
it's
parents
like,
are like,
yeah, well,
crazy or
it's
something like that.
pee-wee football for like 10-year-olds, and it's just it makes me sick watching it sometimes because these parents
That's
are
why
just too into
that's why I don't
it.
watch. That's why I don't watch these things, because just one, it immediately just makes me feel. Well, I guess I should watch it because it'll make me feel like a better person.
Yes, well,
'Cause I know
that's
I'm
one of
not-
the reasons
I
I
know.
watch it.
Well, that's why. Like, I mean, it sounds terrible, but like when we went on like road trips and stuff when I was doing like volleyball
Mhm.
in college. We'd always watch. It'd be a combination of Jerry Springer, Maury, or Toddlers and Tiaras. Because these people are just insane.
They are. I mean, it's just crazy to see like where people are, and what their thought process is. Because it's like, come on, what 10-year-old is gonna be like? Oh, I'm gonna go after this guy. I need to kill him. I need to cause him a concussion. And this is what their parents are telling them to do. And it's just like, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Well, if he's good enough, he'll have a job for the Saints. Ooh, everyone forgot about that, didn't they? Saints putting bounties on people.
I forgot about that. totally
controversial
forgot about that.
statement.
I totally forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Which at the same time, like, I don't know how they proved that though. Like, I guess I don't know. I didn't know enough about it. Like, I just saw the headline, but like,
They had tapes. They had video recordings or audio recordings of them saying, "You need to take this guy out."
that's what I'm saying. You can't say anything anymore.
I know.
I mean, obviously that's terrible, but like, I don't know. I feel like you could hear that in just almost like any NFL locker room or even a college locker room,
Yeah.
and it'd be taken out of context.
Oh yeah.
Like, obviously, like, they were going after people. Yeah, it's terrible, but
And they were putting money.
I don't know. Well, I think that's where the issue is, rather than just like,
that's
oh,
very true.
go hit this guy, go play hard. It's like, oh, if you go kill this guy, we'll give you an extra $5,000.
Well, that's how they got Brett Favre to retire earlier. Brett Favre, he didn't play in that Saints game. He probably would have played, I want to say, another 3 to 4 seasons. But since that Saints game, he was just garbage because he was so beat up.
Yeah, well, still see Brett Favre slinging the ball around randomly.
Well, he
Still
can't
got it.
technically play because he doesn't remember playing some of the time because he got so many concussions and he got so hurt.
Yeah, well, join the club on that. I feel like any kid who was like 2010 in sports probably has had a couple concussions and doesn't remember stuff.
Were you ever like that? Did you ever get a concussion?
Oh yeah, I've had like 3.
I've never had a concussion.
I've had 3 that were documented, and it's kind of true. Like, you don't remember stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell you about the one that I got when I was playing basketball my freshman year. Did I tell you about that?
No.
We were playing, and I take the charge, and like falling down, like, I don't know, I didn't catch myself, like, to put my hands behind me to brace myself, so my head clocks against the floor, and then obviously the guy's coming down on me, and his like forearm or whatever, coming down on his body because he's mid shot, comes down and hits me in the head, and my head hits the wood again.
Oh my goodness.
And so this was before halftime too, and so it's kind of like, I mean, this was like 2009, I think, or something like that. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, the NCAA didn't have protocol like it does now, where kid falls down and you got to test him for everything.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, I was kind of feeling a little woozy, a little obvious. I think I had a little, like, bloody nose and stuff like that. Got me cleaned up. Played the second half. And I'm sitting there on the bus going home. And I'm just, like, leaning against the window.
Oh my God.
Like,
Just
nausea
totally
and stuff
out
like
of it.
that. I felt horrible. I still remembered playing the game, though. Like, it wasn't, like, that sort of impact. But, like, I just felt like something was wrong, obviously.
Right.
And
See,
then
I've
go
never
talk
got a
to
concussion.
the trainer after that, and then it's like, oh yeah, you got a concussion. That ref is sit out for the rest of the year because
Oh, the rest of the year?
there's only like 2 games left, and we
Oh,
were
okay.
going. We were terrible. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, good lord, how bad did you get hit?
No, I mean, it was like a couple weeks left in the season, so there's like, we're just gonna shut you down just to
Well, it's
save face here.
probably smart that they did that.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I've been hitting the head a lot, like where like missed a baseball and stuff like that. Like, I've gotten clocked in the nose multiple times because 1, being terrible, and 2, just I don't know, just missing it. So I was like, I'm pretty sure like I've got some sort of brain damage going on there, but oh, see, yeah, just like that. I lost my train of thought. I didn't even know what I was gonna say. Now I remember it. See, this is the thing. This is terrible.
This is what happens to Devon.
This is what happens to people. I'm sure Brett Favre's got the same thing going on.
He probably does.
No, but like head injuries though, I got it back. I was at the Columbus Blue Jackets game when I was like, oh, God, I can't remember what year it was, but it was before at NHL arenas, and I'm sure they have it at all, major, like even minor league hockey and stuff like that now, where they have a big nets up. Because before it was just like,
oh yeah,
they kind of had they kind of had the glass, and then they might have had a net on the center, like where the net was. That's about it. I was at that Blue Jackets game. It was Blue Jackets and Flames, where the girl got hit in the head by the puck. And again, this is like the only girl ever, or only person ever at a hockey game to like die as a result of it. Because the thing, she was fine. Like, they took her to the hospital and she was okay, and she died like the next day because of like blood clotting and stuff in her brain.
God, that's terrible.
So it's just like, That's the thing. Like, I don't know, anytime I hit my head, I'm just like, brace myself. It's like, oh god, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. See, I can't remember a time. Well, when I was little, I used to get hit in the head. Smacking your head around, rough house and stuff like that. Nothing like concussion worthy.
Yeah, nothing's gonna knock you out.
Right. I remember everything.
Yeah, I've been clocked in the head so many times. It's just need to wear a helmet at all times.
Did you just play baseball and basketball?
What, in high school?
Well, in general.
I play football too.
How long did you play football?
Well, it's a funny thing. See, I played basketball until because again, I walked on in college. I saw the floor in actual game maybe once. I don't fucking know. I was busy on the JV team, just hanging out.
Getting buckets.
Yeah, exactly. Getting buckets. So I was technically I was on the team, but fucking not your superstar there.
Yeah,
that's just a part of it. I was there. And again, I never claimed to be a fucking superstar athlete.
Oh, I didn't either.
But I played basketball in 6th grade, I think, was my last year. So it's it had been a while. Because baseball is obviously my main sport, and I was actually going to go to college for that, and things got complicated.
Great.
No, I told you about that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid decisions. But anyways, but no, I actually played football, and they wanted my high school because my brother was really good at football, and he probably should have played football in college, but he chose to play baseball instead. But the football coaches at the high school loved him and everything, and I was pretty much kind of given opportunity because of my name or my last name, him essentially.
That's pretty nice.
And I chose to quit. Or be done with football because I played my freshman year, and I chose to be done for the rest of high school because I said it was because I wanted to focus on baseball, but it was really because I was lazy and didn't want to work out for football anymore, which is just terrible. It's so stupid. It's I just want to focus on baseball. It's all right, well, in my mind, apparently I was going to go pro, but not even close.
I stopped playing basketball in my freshman year. My sophomore year is when I decided I was gonna hang up my laces.
Well, see, that's the thing. Again, you just come to a realization at one point where it's just yeah, I should probably start thinking about something else good in my life.
Well, okay, I'm not saying I was Michael Jordan out there, but I could hold my own. I was fairly good. I was 6'1",
at the
coming
level
off the
and
bench.
Exactly at that time, sure.
But I knew that was only on my freshman team. Going to JV, I knew I wasn't going to play at all because there was people that were better than me, and I knew that. And I figured, why waste my time? Why waste other people's time and just hang it up? I still get buckets from here and there.
Yeah, in real buckets.
Yep, intramural champion.
2 years ago. Yeah, at least we didn't quit. Rabble.
Do you think Russell Westbrook's going to be MVP?
Yeah, probably. I was actually looking at those numbers. He's got Harden beat on points and rebounds, but Harden's got him on assists, and actually he's got him beat by 1 or 2% on field goal percentage.
Yeah.
So, well, at the same time, it's MVP is essentially the guy who leads the league in points per game.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yes, that's usually what it's based on. I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely has changed. I'm pretty sure since LeBron has won his first MVP, the race has changed in what people look for in candidates for MVP.
Yeah, but
Barkley. I'm pretty sure Barkley was not pulling down 34 points per game and whatever, and he still got MVP.
Yeah, but they didn't have someone who just scored like that, though. That's the thing.
That's very true.
With the game adapting the way it is, and again, you get arguments that it was tougher back then or whatever. Yeah, well, again, comparing fruits to a vegetable here, it's not even apples to oranges. It's two completely different things. So that's one thing that drives me crazy when like ex-NBA players from like 2 or 3 generations ago try to call out like the generation of today. And it's just
Yeah.
I mean, technically you're not wrong, but at the same time you're not right. It's completely
yes.
completely different.
Yes. Times have changed, but I agree with some of the what some of the people says that. Magic Johnson said a couple things have changed, and a couple things are not the same. But like Dennis Rodman saying whatever he said, people rested, which I totally agree with. Michael Jordan never rested until he actually was injured. But times have changed. People don't care about NBA season for the most part. I don't.
No, I mean, unless you live like in that city, I don't think people will care. Like even if you're a fan, like I'm a Pacers fan, but I won't watch a game.
Right.
I mean,
Only time people
I won't
care.
go out of my way.
Yes. Well, I
playoffs.
mean, if yes, only time people cared, Christmas Day, those Christmas Day games, opening day, and then I don't know.
Like, I think it's kind of the same thing as the NFL, like for Thanksgiving games.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why those viewership like levels are so high, or why it's so popular, is because people just have the TV on.
Well, that's true, and there's nothing else on.
Exactly, like you're getting together with your family or extended family, which more often than not people are not all that excited to do.
Right.
I mean, I'm not. I have fun times with all my family, but more or less, I mean, that's what people are gonna do. They're gonna stuff their faces and watch sports,
Right.
so they don't have to talk to each other.
And that's another thing that happens, but I don't know. I think Westbrook's got the MVP pretty much wrapped up.
I mean, well, and again, if you want to talk about most valuable player to a team, if he's not on the Thunder are garbage.
Oh my
be
god!
honest.
Yes, they're lottery pick for sure.
So it's like, I mean, you take Harden off the Rockets, and obviously great, but I mean, they still got like Dwight Howard, or not Dwight Howard, Jesus Christ, what's his name?
Beverly. They got Beverly.
Yeah, they used to have Dwight Howard.
They used to. Was it you that was telling me about Dwight Howard's almost getting
His
diabetes with his candy?
Yeah, which I actually found that out about this Dirty Sports podcast they do. Which, I mean, it's like 2 comedians and it's hilarious. It's like, which is funny because they called it, like it's pretty much like, instead of calling it like getting diabetes, they called it getting the sugar.
Oh my god.
Like sugar was a disease.
Good lord.
But yeah, that's what like the news story and stuff like, because I'm pretty sure ESPN did something on it. Or it might have been just NBA.com or something. I don't know. Somebody wrote an article about it. And like, he would eat, like, I don't know, it was like X amount of pounds of candy.
Oh my god.
Like, daily.
How?
Wait,
I don't
he had-
understand how you do that in the first place.
I don't know. Marshawn Lynch was scarfing down Skittles in the middle of an NFL game.
Ugh. Well, he's also getting paid for it because he's an endorsement of that.
Yeah, but he was endorsed after Skittles found out that he was eating them on the sidelines and stuff like that.
That's true. But still, like,
I mean-
I don't. I love
well, it
candy,
was when
but
he-
I don't want to eat that much. It's good
Well,
lord.
no, it was like I think it was like a, I don't know, just like a release or like a way out kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like, because it wasn't when he was in Houston, it was when he was in LA, and he was getting hurt or just it was a struggle out there,
Uh-huh.
So it's like, instead of turning into drugs or alcohol, something that could potentially hurt you even worse on the court.
Well, yeah, that's probably a good thing he turned.
Because I figured, well, that's the thing. I mean, you can work that off though. I figured like you would
Right,
just have to
yeah.
work out to burn the sugar off and like eat just as many like vegetables, protein shakes, or whatever to stay healthy. Which, I mean, even if he was like smoking weed or something like that, that wouldn't be terrible. But I mean,
Right.
if he's got like that addictive of a personality and needs like, he needs like a specialist to come in and like help him out with this, like he probably would have turned to something a little more intense than marijuana.
Well, it's probably good that he didn't turn to like cocaine or the crack. Oh no, that's the same thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like hard drugs. That's what I'm looking for. Like those are pretty bad.
Well, if he did, he would have been like like the NBA days of old.
That's true.
Everybody's on cocaine, fighting each other, throwing punches.
Yes. Well, have you ever seen that video of Garment Washington?
No.
Have you heard about? Oh my God! I think Houston versus. I don't even know who it was, but this was like back in the 70s. This was basically like semi-pro. This is what it reminded me of. Just people just out there swinging, like full on swinging people, trying to beat the crap out of people. And this guy came across this Kermit Washington dude, and just got him with a big old sucker punch, knocked him out. He smacked his head on the floor, and like he got up and like his nose was like busted or something, like instantly blood everywhere, and it's just I'll send you the video because it's quite intense.
See, that's the thing. Like, you can't tell me that like the NBA back then, like, oh, that's the glory days of NBA when
NBA was violent.
It was. That's what I'm saying. Like it's one thing to say it's like, oh, it was more intense or like it was tougher to drive to the hole and.
Well,
get
yeah,
buckets.
it
It's like,
was. I mean, they barely called fouls.
She might die in the process. Like, that's not good either.
What was the Knicks rule? Don't come in the lane, you'll get murdered? Something like that?
Or something like that.
In the 90s?
Like, you might as well just stay out of the paint, because
Yeah.
catching a clothesline if you even attempted.
Which is a good tactic. I mean, Bad Boy Pistons, that was all they were about.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, like you're just asking for something to escalate. Because I feel like that would escalate today.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like, someone's trying to get on the bus, and next thing you know, someone's just going after him. Or not even the players. I mean, you have fans going after people.
Yes. Everything changed once, what's his name? Ron Artest, that's his name. Went into the stands and started punching people. Punching the wrong person.
I fully stand behind that. I mean, yeah, did he overact? Sure, but at the same time, just don't throw stuff at people.
Well, yeah, you're poking the bear if you're throwing stuff at people. That's just telling them, hey, I need to get punched in the face.
Well, 'cause he's already mad.
Yes.
So it's like if I'm mad and somebody throws something at me, I'm probably, at least I'm going to think about overreacting for a little while.
Poking the bear.
That's what people like to do nowadays. Enter social media.
Yes.
People just poking everybody.
Yes, well, there's always Twitter wars everywhere. But, like, everybody, like, who was... Lance Stevenson, the Raptors. Twitter wars after that game.
Yeah, but he was also validating his point, though.
That's true, but then I'm pretty sure the
I would
Raptors responded.
That wasn't the team, though. It was probably Raptors players.
Yes.
I mean, Devon Booker, when he scored 70, like, and they lost, like, they were going at each other. But I mean, I don't know. It doesn't amount to anything, though.
Yes. Which, how do you score 70 points and then lose a game?
Because your team is horrible.
Well, that's...
Also, a little cocky there, because I didn't realize, because I saw this picture the other day when, like, NBA was doing, highest scoring games this season. Like, I didn't realize he had, like, a little sheet of paper that said, like, 70 on it. Like, he's, throwing it back there. It's just like, really?
He did?
30 point. Yeah, he had a little, like, the white piece of paper, like, who was it, Will scored 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a piece of paper that said, like, that had 70 written on it. He was holding it, like, in the locker room, getting his picture taken. It was just like, I mean, you're good. Congratulations, but one, you still lost.
Yes.
And you still play for a terrible team.
Did you see that his jersey is in the Hall of Fame? I'm pretty sure the NBA Hall of Fame. Because he scored 70
For
points.
what?
Because he scored 70 points. Like that jersey that he wore that night, it's in the Hall of Fame, I think. Or it's somewhere.
I mean, for the Suns Hall of Fame, sure, why not? They need good news.
I don't know where I can't remember where it was, but I saw it on Twitter. Like his jersey, he signed it, and then it's on display somewhere now, which I don't think should be on display.
If it's in like the Suns' personal one, then sure, why not?
Well, still, you lost. Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
No one's gonna remember that you scored 70.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure they will. I mean, it's still pretty. Like, if somebody for the Reds hits like 4 home runs in a game, they lose, or 5 home runs or something absurd like that. Like, you're still gonna remember that person.
Yeah, true.
Like I said, if it's just a team doing it with their own thing, sure. But if it's a league, then no, I agree. That's a little over the top there.
Yeah, I really wish I remembered who it was. But still, I mean, you score 70 points and then lose. It's just, I don't get how you lose after scoring 70 points by yourself, which makes me wonder how many points did the other players score?
What do you mean?
Like how many other play on the Suns roster? How many other players scored in that game, or did he just score most of the points?
I mean, he probably had 70% of it.
Probably, because the score was like 126, 121. So someone's got to score something, and you still lose.
Again, you have one guy doing all the work. That's why look at the Thunder now. They're a 6 seed. You've got arguably one of the best players, if not the best player this season, on your team.
And they're in the playoffs. So
that's not. You're 6th in the playoffs.
but it's 6 seeds have done pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to the rest of, the West is not as tough as it used to be. Like, not even last year. It's much weaker.
Yes.
So the Grizzlies, who are like a 5th seed, I think, or 7th. They're not 8th. I know that. But they just lost to the Pistons tonight, by like 20.
Was everybody playing?
Pretty sure Gasol was playing at least.
Well, Gasol's getting old, isn't he?
Conley might have been playing. I don't know. He's younger than Paul.
Is Randolph still playing?
I think so.
He's got to be at least 38. I think he's 34 or something.
That team missed their window to be great. Like, I mean, yeah, Mike Conley's doing his thing, but like,
he's getting old too.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while.
About 27, 28.
Old enough.
Changing.
Speaking of the NBA, though, I saw on Twitter there's a guy who already has a Ball Lakers jersey. He's wearing it into the game tonight.
I'm gonna laugh when their Lakers are not gonna get Ball, but I do feel like Magic Johnson's gonna pull some strings and he's gonna get Ball for whatever reason.
They act like he's gonna make an immediate impact on that team.
I feel like he's going to. It's Magic Johnson, for God's sakes.
No, I'm talking about not Johnson. I'm talking about Ball.
Well, I don't.
No, Johnson's already had positive strides with the Lakers.
Yes,
Since
I feel like if Ball goes to the Lakers, Ball's gonna clash with Russell. Is that his name? D'Angelo?
Yeah, D'Angelo.
Russell? Because the kid's, what is he, 20, 21?
Clash with Russell, clash with Swaggy P, clash with Roy Hibbert, well, actually, I don't know. Is Hibbert still out there? I feel like they cut him.
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I don't know.
Chemistry there is just garbage.
Well, alright, actually, I take that back. Ball, I don't think, has an issue with anybody. It's the supporting cast that comes with it.
Yes, I feel like he's going to start a Twitter war with Russell or Ingram or one of the Lakers, or even Magic Johnson for whatever reason.
Talk about Twitter war. Dude, he's going to be courtside.
He's going to be
telling
courtside
Magic who to play.
And probably
telling Luke Walton, you can play my boy.
Well, he'll probably get courtside seats, get angry, or start yelling at fans. Have another, what's his name? What's his name? Guy that got kicked out at Knicks game. Former player.
I thought you were talking about Spike Lee. Oh God, what's his name?
I can't think of his name.
I can see his face, but
I know, me too.
Yes, but that whole situation.
It's just gonna be terrible.
Oh, and by the way, Roy Hibbert is now on the Nuggets.
Since when?
I don't know. That's who he plays for now, apparently.
10-day contract? Whatever.
No, he used to be worth more than that. He might be on that now. We can talk about teams that missed their window. Pacers. Ever since Paul, they're not going to. They were going against the Heat when LeBron was down there in the Eastern semifinals. Like, they have not had another even season close to that.
I think they need to bring back Larry Bird. Get him back on the bench.
Yeah. Well, I think it's players. I mean, he's calling the shots now. I mean, just because he's not holding a clipboard. I mean, again, they bring in guys like Monta Ellis and CJ
Monte Ellis
Miles.
is pretty solid.
Oh no, he's not.
Yeah, I like him.
He hasn't been for the Pacers since he got there.
Well, I think that's just personnel then. How many
I don't
years
know,
is
I mean-
left on PG-13's contract? One?
Like this year.
So he's going to become a free agent this coming off season,
Pretty sure.
potentially.
Actually, no. I think he might have one more, but I think he's got technically one more, but he can opt out possibly and test free agency if he wants.
Okay.
With the way they've handled him, with possibly trade him and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could just request to be traded in the offseason because
Yeah.
they didn't get him any help at all before a trade deadline.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm just going to say he's going to go to the Thunder.
No, he wouldn't go to the Thunder now. There's no point.
Well, who do you think he'd go to?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the Thunder have that much money to shell out. I mean, they gave Steven Adams a big contract.
I'll just trade a bunch of people away. Garbage
They
people.
already did that once. So essentially, they're just gonna have a starting five and no bench.
Pretty much. Well, that's where you get veterans that don't take a lot of money, i.e. Dunleavy. Get a
Yeah,
chance to
I
play
don't-
for
again-
a somewhat contender.
I think just for him to go to the Thunder, it's just the whole. Why wasn't Russell and Katie like, why didn't they gel and just become like a powerhouse? Like, I don't know. I think it's tough to pair those, someone with Russell and then not have any money to have a supporting cast.
Yeah. Well, that's where you draft people.
But I mean, if you look at like what the Heat were doing when LeBron was down there, or what the Cavs are doing, again, LeBron's a genius businessman apparently too. He's helping out.
I guarantee he's gonna end up owning his own team when he retires.
At least being a GM somewhere.
Get the Sonics back.
But like, yeah, how like they paired together, like with the Heat when they were doing their thing, or I mean, even with the Warriors. I mean, somebody in that front office is obviously smart.
Right.
Because I mean, how do you free up all
They have
that
much
money to
cap
get Kevin
space.
Durant to come to your team?
Yeah, he's
Or
not
still
cheap.
have Klay Thompson, Draymond, Curry, like. Which I think Curry's owed a big payday soon though too, because I think he's
Yeah.
still on like whatever contract from a couple years ago.
Right. I was gonna say something, now I forgot.
See, you don't even have to get your head hit to just forget things. Just happens.
What's up, pal?
I was looking at the
Dude,
standings, see who's gonna get in the lottery. Looks like the usual people getting in the lottery.
one of the Nuggets in there
Sixers,
somewhere.
Phoenix, Sacramento, Lakers, Brooklyn, Orlando.
Because I mean, there's not superstar talent on these teams, so it's like
Right.
they're not paying $100 million contracts.
Well, Phoenix used
So
to
it's
be
like-
good, and then just
Years ago.
that's true. That wasn't
Like,
that long ago.
it was a while ago. It was like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
2009, I want to say, was their last good year. This
It's
is a nice
still
car, by the way.
still 8 years ago. It's almost a decade ago at this point. That's why. I mean, honestly, I'm disappointed in the Heat. I figured the Heat would be a lot better this year.
I think they gotta get rid of Spoelstra. Because he's... I don't know, I don't think he was a good coach when he was with coaching LeBron and Bosh and Wade. He was just riding on their coattails the whole time.
That's any NBA coach. Do you really need a coach at, the NBA level? Oh, come on.
Yes! Pat Riley was pretty
No.
good.
Oh my God. Do you think Tyronn Lue's really doing anything for the Cavs? Or do you
No,
think
he's
LeBron
garbage.
James?
I hate Tyronn Lue so much.
I'm saying, like, I mean, maybe for like the really young guys coming into the league, but like, if you got like a 33-year-old veteran, is he going to pay attention to a head coach at that point?
No.
And this player probably played more than him. Like I'm surprised the Celtics are doing what they're doing.
I like Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is a good coach. I like him.
He is a great coach for Butler. more at the college level.
He's doing pretty good with the Celtics. I mean, he's built them.
I'm not saying he isn't bad. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised because like you can't like all right, Golden State Warriors. You can't tell me Steve Kerr's really elevating Curry and those guys because of what he's doing.
Yes and no. I've seen some of the videos that they show him like during practice and stuff, and it looks like he's doing an okay job. But again, Curry, Klay Thompson, all of them, they're all phenomenal players, which also helps.
Which I guess that's actually I take that back. That's a bad example because Mark Jackson had the same team pretty much.
Yes.
Minus Durant, last year.
Mark Jackson got them to where they are today, and then Steve Kerr took over. So he basically never had a team to like have his own.
That's what I'm saying. Mark Jackson didn't like. He might have like helped build that, but he didn't win with them though. That's the thing. That's why they got rid of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if he would have got him to a finals or something like that, he would have had a job still.
He didn't get into the finals? I thought he got to at least the Western Conference Finals at least once.
What's cooking?
No, he didn't. I don't think he did. Now that I think about it.
The West. Talking about finals.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, then no.
That's what I'm saying. Steve Kerr took over, and next thing you know,
first year
after winning titles, it was pretty much the same exact team as the year before. So I guess I don't know. All right, I changed my argument completely then. I have to agree with you. Where some coaches do something, but like I guess like I got like Spoelstra.
Spoelstra's garbage. Tyronn Lue doesn't do anything. Horvath is garbage. I hate him so much. We have him 4 more years. Bulls coach. He coached at Harbaugh or something. HEIGH something. I don't know. But I hate him. He treats his NBA players like they're still in college, which I hate. But he is from, I think, Iowa State. That's his background.
Right.
He was a coach. They Bulls basically pulled a Brad Stevens and hired a college coach, which I think was garbage and stupid.
We have to have success like Brad Stevens or like Billy. Look at Billy Donovan.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, like he does have Russ, but at the same time, I mean, he had national championship success at Florida. He wasn't just Iowa State and hey, I'm gonna give NBA a try now.
Yeah,
like,
I wanna see what. I don't think it was Iowa State.
Because actually, remember, if he was the coach at Iowa State when they had, what's that fucking one guy? I can't remember. Like it was like Royce something. Like the dude was really good in college, and like I don't know, he's kind of a head case though, and he just didn't do anything in the NBA at all.
I can't remember what his name is. Hoiberg. That's the Bulls coach.
Yeah.
He is from. He also played in the NBA.
Well, it's a start at least. But again,
but still, he played in. That's true. Yeah, it was Iowa State. I was right.
Speaking about players being coaches, see Patrick Ewing looking dumb already.
What did he do?
He's on like the Dan Patrick Show or something like that, and was talking about something as far as recruiting, and like he just got blasted for it because it was like, yeah, that's definitely an NCAA violation there. You can't do that. What you're talking about?
Oh Lord.
Because they're saying you have to brush up on the NCAA rules, which has changed a little bit since he was there.
Yes, it does. I do
which
like
I'm sure
that.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I do like that Golden State has brought him, or not Golden State. Georgetown has hired him because they've always kept that tradition of, good coaches. Back when Thompson Sr. was the coach.
Yeah. Well, again, it's tradition there.
Which I like. I like that.
Well, I mean, not a lot of coaches have that nowadays. I mean, coaches switch just as much as like the players do as far as leaving.
I was surprised Donovan left Florida when he did, because he was gonna be the next Magic coach back after they won the title, and then he turned it down after like 2 days. because they hired him, and then 2 days later he's like, "Oh, I have a change of mind. I'm going back to Florida."
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, was this Donovan's first year or is this his second? I feel
Second,
like
because he had Kevin Durant last year.
okay, that was where I was going with that. Was like, it's tough to turn down a job where you get Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant on the
Very
same team.
true. But he was going to the Magic, which had Dwight Howard back in the day.
Yeah, well, knowing Dwight Howard to get addicted to Reese's Pieces or whatever. So it ended terribly anyways. Which also, have you watched like any of the interviews with Westbrook?
The recent ones?
Yeah, well, I'm just like talking about, breaking records and stuff like that.
I watched one today.
I mean, he's very good. I'm not saying anything negative about it. Like, he's very good in the interviews, like, as far as, like, saying the right things and stuff like that.
Yes.
But, like, I get the feeling, like, he just wants to, at one point, just, like, drop a, fuck Kevin Durant, or, F somebody. Like, he just wants to say it, but he's, like, smart enough to know it's like, alright, I'm just gonna say, blessed and humble and stuff like that. But yeah, I just feel like that has to be the back of his mind.
That's true. Well, did you see? I think I sent it to you. What he said, what Kevin Durant said about All-Star Weekend, about how he wanted to go up to Westbrook and say, oh, how's your family, how's your mom, and all this stuff. But he didn't because he knew Westbrook probably would have ignored him. I think it's all Westbrook. Now that I think about it.
What, that has an attitude like that?
Yes, he's causing all this drama, and they're obviously Kevin Durant wants to make up, and Westbrook's not having it.
Yeah, at the same time, though, I think it's more media perception. I mean, those two guys could be texting and calling, after NBA games stuff like that. Behind closed doors, nobody sees it.
Getting some dinner.
But yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, yeah, they can get dinner, but like, go over to somebody's house though, like not in public because they know the media would just have a field day with it. Since they're already having a field day with just saying things as far as what they see. So, I mean, it could be, but I don't know. I figure that's just getting blown out of proportion, as things are nowadays.
Well, there you have it. The first episode of Radio Calling with me, Sam. I want to thank Devon Lucal for joining me and playing video games with me. And if you want to watch us play video games and listen to the full 2 hours and 30 minutes of us discussing sports, among other things, it is twitch.com/LondonCalling224. That's all one word. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at LondonCalling22. Again, I am Sam, and thank you for joining me on Radio Calling.